on it. That's the milkweed, and it's the genus Asclepias. Now, the thing about milkweeds is they're milkweeds because they have what?
Moisture.
Milky sap in them, and that's a latex material. My dad said they used to put this on their horse to brand them with. If you painted this on, well, the hair would come off and they could brand their horses for, just temporary with milkweeds. But these are flowering plants. The flowers have already matured on here, and what we have left are the fruits. And this is a fruit of that milkweed. Now, if we, just like we did in class today, if you cut this across and look at it, the seeds are in here in the ovary. So that's the ovary that is matured from that flower. What size ovary was in that flower to start with, you think? And then what size is it now? But that's a milkweed and a very common weed around here. Have you also encountered this one? Mm-hmm. Well, it's obvious that you could call it a coneflower, couldn't you? That would be a good term for it. Anyone look it up in your book? What was it?
What did we get?
Large cone?
No.
I don't think that's the large.
No,
Where was Jennifer?
There was one called the Mexican hat.
It's not. The Mexican hat had color on the ray flowers, though, didn't
I
it?
said it when I filmed it, but I don't
Well, y'all hadn't got it.
16.
No. Get down there.
And it's not the clasping leaf coneflower.
It's not that one, is it?
Prairie long-headed.
Prairie coneflower, probably is what this one is.
It had a different color. Is that because of the time frame?
Yeah, plants often change color, over time. Although the prairie coneflower didn't have this color, it did have a little dark.
It didn't have that green. It was more brown.
Well, look here when they mature. In lab tomorrow, you'll find, in class tomorrow, you'll find this is not one flower. There's about 500 flowers here. Each one of these around the edges is a flower, and each one of these in the center is a flower. And it's called the composite family or aster family. Daisy family is another name. We'll find quite a few of these, and there are a bunch of different kinds of them, but very common during the summer. Look at the milk there on that, it's real sticky. We don't really do anything at all with the grass family. They're very difficult to try to keep because of their size, but it's a very common one here in this site. And this is a little unusual because this is jointed goat grass. I don't know why they call it that. It's jointed because you see these spines that stick out on it all over? Well, if that was happening to catch in that buffalo and it breaks off right there, what do you got? Well, you have a fruit, and inside that fruit is what? The seed, so it's going to grow into a new plant. But notice how these are all jointed and they break off with little barbs all over them so that they're dispersed very readily. This is kind of a serious weed and not usually found in environments like this. Of course, this side is not the most productive soil in the world right here. And so anytime it's opened up, it allows these kinds of things to move in. Another one that's not flowering here that you'll see a lot of is this one right here, which is western ragweed. Now later on, for those of you who have allergies, you really love this one, don't you? Western ragweed.
Now, does that change color in the fall?
Oh, not too much. Not too much. All right. One of the reasons we had y'all look at the hula hoop, unless you get down here and look, you miss all of these. What about this one right here? I already spotted it. Did y'all see it?
I didn't see that one.
This one is a member of the family, the carrot family. And when you look closely at this, it has an inflorescence, which is a cluster of flowers. This inflorescence is a head. All the flowers cluster together. This one is an umbel. Well, what about that word?
Like a umbilical cord?
Umbel is like an umbrella. And see how all these little fruits are on here? Those were all from separate flowers. And the leaf is finally divided down through here. Anyone look it up yet? Y'all are slow. Y'all hadn't looked it up yet? Y'all were listening instead of looking. It has a compound leaf that's deeply divided, but that's a member of the carrot family. I'm waiting for y'all to look it up so I can remember what it is.
Queen Anne's lace.
Queen Anne's lace. And what was the other name?
No, that's all. I had
Queen Anne's lace.
Oh, another place?
Prairie Savannah was something else.
Oh, Queen Anne's lace is C. It starts with a C, doesn't it?
There's a whole bunch of names in there.
Well,
Daucus carota.
huh? No, it's not Daucus, is it? No, that's not this.